Welcome, I'm Rob. You join me in the kart at TeamSport Sheffield for the second session of this public adult racing experience. If you missed the first session, I took my time but eventually found a clear lap to set a 59.5 second lap, which, despite there being a couple of other members on the track, did have me as the fastest driver of the session. I do try to avoid public sessions where possible now, but for this one, I'm using up a newly expired Race Again Voucher. Plenty of traffic ahead and a red flag now. The first session was actually quite a good run, so I'm hoping it'll be similar for this one too. We return to green flags, but it just means all these karts ahead are going to be fighting. I'll just have to be patient and pick them off one by one. Having backed off to let them fight ahead, I saw a dive bomb appearing, so took some avoiding action. As we've come on to lap 3, I've managed to get myself second fastest, despite fighting to clear these karts. It's just a couple more to go now though, so hopefully it won't take another whole lap. And we're through. I don't know what lies ahead for me, but I'm hoping it's a reasonably clear track from here on out. We're now fastest again. It didn't take as many laps to get here as in the first session. I know you can't see them, but there are some karts ahead. I should be able to get a couple of laps in before I actually catch them though. And so the clear track ahead has led to a 58.881 second lap. That will do nicely. It wasn't quite 2 full laps though. I've caught the next group of karts and had to back off slightly through the final part of the lap. And to make it all go wrong, I've had to brake heavily to avoid kart 10 there. I think that would have actually been a better lap if they were just a little bit further ahead. There's something about turn 2, I very rarely complete a move going into it, and this time is no different. I've chosen to sit behind a slow kart rather than pass up the inside. We'll make it a cut back on the hairpin instead. I had a bit of trouble out-dragging the unnumbered kart up the ramp, but I've made it work. I've got something a bit wrong through turn 1 and we've had a big slide followed by a big shake of the head too. That turn 1 mistake was a shame, as the rest of the lap was actually pretty decent, although I might have been at risk of catching this group in the wrong place again, possibly. It's all going off now. There is an incident with 2 karts along the straight on the right and another spun out at turn 2. I call for reds shortly after they've come out. I haven't spotted them. It was the sensible option with the kart facing the wrong way. And with the kart now facing the right direction, we're back under yellow flags, which eventually turn to green. But not before someone manages to get themselves caught on that barrier. I was worried I'd get stuck in this train, but I managed to get past 2 before the hairpin. It's not bad. And I get past the 3rd despite a little squeeze against the barrier. Only to be shown that fastest lap board once again. And on to the final time lap we go. It is a clearish track ahead, but I don't hold out all that much hope. Oh, that was one easy park. I'm not sure if that spin was the cause, but out came the red flag shortly after. I guess they may not have got going again, possibly. I actually missed the red flag initially and was unsure how many I'd driven past. Thankfully, it was just the one. There's just a brief pause and we're released under yellows. Up the ramp and I see the checkered flag being waved, unfortunately, so that is it for today. The 58.881 second lap was quick enough to be fastest throughout the remainder of the session as well, and with the second quickest driver setting a 59.0. Third onwards were all over 61 seconds. As always, thank you so much for joining me on my go-karting adventures. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and leave any comments down below. If you enjoy go-karting and watching my videos, please do consider giving that little subscribe button a click for me. The channel is growing fast this year and I'm trying to bring more and more content, but also varying it as much as possible too. Speaking of variety, next week we are back at another new track for the channel. Until then, cheers.